Hi everyone, Karin Naslund here with Naslund Consulting and the Great Supervision Training Series. I'd like to welcome you back to another Tips Tuesday for Leaders, and today we're going to be talking more about my passion revisited. I've shared through a couple of the Tips Tuesdays about my journey this past summer at taking a look at my passion, the work that I'm doing, and looking at how it's evolving and potentially where it can lead me over the course of the next 10 years. I've chatted a bit about a few resources that I've used, both with the work that I do and also individually as I've taken a look at this passion revisited. And today I'm going to share more of the resources and my journey that has led me to come away with, I think, a future direction which builds on what I am already doing. I want to talk with you today about Simon Sinek and some of the things that he's been doing. I really like how he puts things forward and the resources that he provides. It really started with a few different videos that I watched and something that really hit home, which he called the golden circle. And I've got it noted below in terms of a link where you can see his TED Talk video, which was later then put into YouTube and then developed into a couple of resource books. The reason I like the TED Talk video and his concept is that it really gets at why we do what we do. Instead of what we do, it's the why behind it, which is really the underlying passion that drives and motivates us. He talks about what gets you up in the morning, and I think that is so revealing, both personally and professionally. And so I took a look at a couple of his books that related to the Golden Circle, and the one was first called It's Start With Why, and it describes what that means and what that looks like. It's a great resource as you're looking going forward. The second one I really liked, and it's what I included within my journey around the Passion Revisited, and it's called Finding Your Why. The Finding Your Why tool actually gives you a pathway for discovering your passion or your underlying motivation for both work and personal drive every day. And that's what I found really interesting, is that it's about who you are and where and what in your past has developed you into the person that you are today and has set you forward onto your path and also into your role that really gets you excited about what you do every day and gets you really passionate and able to speak about that. And so through the Finding Your Why, I'm going to break it down into, I think, 3 different segments, because he talks about the work that the individual needs to do up front, and then the work or the connection that you'll make with a partner who will help to guide you through conversation that will help you to take a look at maybe where you're at and what that why statement could possibly be. And then it's about developing that why statement. And I'll be sharing with you my why statement when we get to that point in time. So today I want to talk with you about where it starts. And I'm going to speak about the individual. In his book, Finding Your Why, he actually talks about being able to develop your own personal why statement, about developing your team's why statement, and then about developing an organization's why statement. And I find all 3 really applicable and also very useful for me in the work that I do as a consultant and facilitator. In fact, I'm going to be helping an organization later on in this month to develop its own why statement as we walk through strategic planning. So it's going to give me the opportunity to use his tool to help to generate, I guess, unveil and then generate that passion that is going to take the board of directors forward into the next 3+ years. So one of the first things that is necessary when you look at individually developing your why statement is to reflect back on important moments in your history. Stories that stand out for you that really, I guess, was part of defining who you were. And so this is sort of the pre-work exercise that you need to do before you partner up with someone, is to really come up with, he suggests about 10 stories where you'll come down to sharing probably 5 or 6. Simon also says that, who we are and that part of why is really developed just after our teens, and that it really kind of solidifies at that point. But then you can expand on it, and in fact, you can really see it at work as you move through your life. And I'm going to share with you going forward 1 or 2 stories that really indicates what my why is and what that looks like for me. But part of that pre-work is to just kind of sit down and reflect on the stories that stand out in your mind. And he suggests you can do it a couple of different ways. One is just to think about those things and think about the ones that really stand out. The other possibility is to actually develop a timeline that carries you forward over time, and shows in sequence the kinds of stories or the kinds of things that happened that really entrenched themselves within your memories. The second part of it, though, is that you have to be able to relay those stories in a great amount of detail. The more information that you can share in relation to what actually happened and your thoughts and emotions surrounding those particular events is going to help you as you take a look going forward. So that's part and the first part of what you need to do when it comes to taking a look at finding your why, um, and uncovering then what your why statement is going forward. So the next time we come back together, I'm going to talk about the role of your partner in helping you to have a conversation or to begin to share some of those stories so that you can take a look at where they lead you. Until we meet again, remember, success is yours. Bye for now.